guys, I know you're probably surprised to see my face. It's been a really long time, but I wanted to kind of jump back in because we're all home at the moment because of the pandemic. So I wanted to just like figure out what to do. I feel like I cleaned as much as I can. I'm working, but I kind of just wanted to try this out, and I've been nervous for a long time, but I just want to kind of jump back in. But anyways, what you were here for is my skincare video. So I am going to put up a ton of different types of videos to see what my sweet spot is, to see what you guys are actually interested in, but I feel like a lot of people were more interested in my skincare and hair care videos that I used to put up years ago. So I'm going to go back to my roots and do a skincare routine. So a little bit of background on me is I am 29 now, and my skin has been through quite the journey, as I'm sure yours has as well. Through high school, I used to suffer from breakouts, and I was put on birth control like when I was like 16 for PCOS. So I had quite the influx of hormones and everything went through my system, and my skin kind of went crazy along with like puberty and everything as well. And then I used to wear a ton of makeup when I used to do videos, and I used to work at Sephora and stuff like that. And I feel like that really like clogged up my skin, and I was just like, I just wanted to cover. And at this point, I don't know, I feel like as I've gotten older, I really don't care. I feel like skin is skin, but at the same time, I do like looking presentable and I like to feel confident. So I decided to just like kind of go on here with no makeup, because I feel like, especially for skincare videos, it's really hard to tell what people are, or try like to empathize with people when it comes to skincare, when like you don't really see what their skin is like, or if you just want to see if like we have very similar skin types, and maybe what's working for me might help you. So a little bit of my skin. So I had my daughter 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago at this point, and ever since then my skin has definitely been drastically different from what I used to have before. So I no longer really suffer from like adult acne, but I do have clogged pores, and I do get kind of like those under the skin like little bumps, like the melia kind of stuff. I used to get it a lot on my forehead and on my chin as well. My skin is pretty normal. I wouldn't say it's normal to dry. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like really oily anymore as it used to be when I used to do my videos back then, but now it's kind of just like normal to dry. And in the winter it can get super duper freaking dry, like it's crazy, like it'll be flaking. And I also like was trying out Retin-A and everything, and I'm just like, I can't do Retin-A. But I know that a lot of other people are really into it, and maybe in the next 5 years I'll be brave enough to do it again. But my skin went berserk, especially because I don't have really oily skin to begin with. So this is what's working for me, and none of this is sponsored or anything. This is everything that I bought with my own money, and I am very confident in my skin right now. Even though it's not perfect, I really don't care. I feel like there's so much more to life than a pimple or two. Or, and you know, when you talk to people, I don't really think that people are necessarily looking at your skin, and maybe they are. And if they are looking at your skin and judging you, then F them, to be honest. Because this is something you can't really control, especially if it's hormonal. And I definitely recommend talking to your doctor or dermatologist or something if you have anything severe going on, that's maybe outside of like just hormones. Maybe they can prescribe you something stronger. But my skin, I would always say, was more on the mild acne side. And now I just break out randomly when it could be that time of the month, or if I ate too much dairy or something like that. But I just want to go ahead and get started on my actual skincare routine. So pretty much all I use is Paula's Choice at this time. I used to use a lot of like Sephora stuff, like stuff you can get there, or over the counter things, and it was great, I thought. But first of all, it was really expensive, and I'm kind of an all or nothing type of girl. So if I'm gonna go to the store to buy a new skincare routine, I want everything new. And and everything kind of cohesive, maybe within the same brand, maybe like not. It kind of depends on my mood and budget at that time, to be honest. And at Sephora, it was just difficult for me to see what was really working because everything was just kind of like mix match and kind of just random. And a lot of things have changed within my like lifestyle that I don't have as much time to like keep trying new things. I don't even have the energy for that anymore. A brand that really helped me when I went through a lot of like hormonal changes, especially when I was pregnant, was the brand CeraVe. So CeraVe, that brand was just like it's back to the basics. And that brand was awesome when I was pregnant because I didn't want to use a lot of chemicals and things like that and anything crazy. So that brand was awesome. But Paula's Choice has been amazing for me. And I remember back in the day, Paula's Choice was great because you can go on there to like see their ratings on different products. So they would do like reviews and things like that. And it's awesome. They came out with their own skincare line, and they also, I don't know, I just love having my stuff off from one brand now. So the first product is my cleanser. Cleanser is something I'm probably the least picky with. My favorite one from CeraVe was the hydrating one, and I also used one, I think it's called like exfoliating, it had like salicylic acid in it. This one is the pore normalizing cleanser, and it's for blemish prone skin. This one is like a gel cleanser that kind of foams up a little bit, not too much, but I really like it because it just seems like very simple and basic, and it's not too harsh or anything. Yeah, but I'm not picky at all with cleansers. So the next thing is I guess this is kind of like in place of a toner. I use this is my technical like exfoliator. This is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliate. And it's like this. It's like you just kind of put it in a cleansing pad, or not a cleansing pad, a cotton pad, put it on your face, and it's supposed to exfoliate. I don't actually really use like scrubs that much anymore. I kind of just like this, and this is a chemical exfoliant, not a manual one. And this, I believe, is what really helped me with just like making my skin appear like brighter, and like I felt like it was pretty dull for a while. Then the next one here, right after this, I'm kind of going in order from what I used first to last. The next one is the 8% AHA gel exfoliant. This is with glycolic acid. This is what I believe really helped with the little bumps I used to get. That they weren't necessarily pimples, but they were just kind of like just texture. Like this really helped. Then I use this Omega Complex Serum. Oh, by the way, I don't use this every day or even every week. I kind of use this randomly now, maybe once a week, maybe twice, or maybe every other week, just kind of when I remember. I was a lot more consistent with it when I used to have the little bump problem a lot more, but I'm not as much anymore, so I don't really care. And the next one is the Omega Plus Complex Serum with Chia plus Flaxseed. This I use for moisture, and I feel like this was very soothing and hydrating, and I like this. Then for moisturizer, I use the Anti-Aging Clear Skin Hydrator with niacinamide plus vitamin C. So this is kind of just like what I use at the end. And I love this routine. I use this morning, day, and night. To take off my makeup, I just wash my face twice. Once in a while, I might do like, if I'm wearing like a heavier makeup, which I'm not as much these days, I might use like an oil and just take it off with a rag and then wash my face with this. But as you can see, I know that a lot of people love using oils and like a ton of serums on their face and essence and toners and everything. I'm not into any of that. I feel like for me, the less the better. What is it saying? I think it's like less is more. And I feel like that's definitely the case when it comes to skin. I've been using this particular routine for probably about a year, I think, at this point, and I love it. I feel like I'm almost out of certain things, so I'm just gonna probably continue to replace. I don't really do masks that often. Once in a while I might use one of those like Freeman masks that you can get at like Walgreens, that are like pretty colors, or viewer strips were good. And if I ever do get a whitehead or a pimple, this pimple patch is amazing. If you can get anything out of this video, I would say this is a star buy, because I love it. So you put it on when you get a pimple, and in the morning you'll see like the like oil and the stuff that is sucked out, and like I guess it's like oil and pus, and it will like be on the patch, and it's just really satisfying as long as it doesn't slip out. If you use a ton of like oil type of moisturizers, I feel like the patch might come off, but this doesn't. So I really love it. And yeah, I used to also be really big into getting like facials all the time, which I do want to get back into, not necessarily for like the skincare benefits, but more for just like self-care and relaxing, and having someone, a professional, actually like do the extractions, because I am just notorious for picking at my skin, which I know is not good for like pigmentation, and like it'll leave scars and things like that behind. And I have a ton of scars, not necessarily textured scars, it's more just like dark marks, but I don't know, at this point I don't really mind it. I feel like it just gives my face more personality. So I'm kind of happy with it. And I feel like now my priorities are so different from what they used to be back then. I don't really care to like look perfect, but I just want to be confident, and like having decent skin, or skin that I don't want to say decent, because everyone's beautiful the way they are regardless of what your skin looks like, as long as you're confident. I think that's the biggest thing. Like for me, confidence is not wanting to like cover my face because I know that I have a blemish, or putting a ton of caked on makeup. But if you want to do that, you do you. I feel like everyone's on their own journey. So yeah, if you have any questions about my skincare journey or anything, please reach out. I'm happy to help. Like, I'm not a professional. It's just based off my experience, and like I said, this is my skin type, is normal to dry. So if you have that skin type, if you've never used Paula's Choice, you should definitely check it out. Back in the day, like I said, they were like really popular, and then when they released this line, they were definitely like popping online, but I don't hear anyone talk about them anymore. So yeah, I just wanted to give them some love, but I think that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I think those are the big ones, I think now. And I'm also like getting ready to like set up my social media for this account again, something like that I can be more public facing. So I'll put all those links below, as well as the links to all these products. And please let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day. Bye.